What's up, losers? Such a nice day outside. Look. It's so nice. I got home from work this morning and sat down and started playing Apex Legends. When I sit down to play video games, I usually play for like 2 or 3 hours. And so I played for about 3 hours this morning. I'm still terrible though. It doesn't help. Anyway, today I'm going to work on my Rx7 a little bit. It's been down for a couple years and I'm ready to get back on the road. So we're going to head out here in the garage. See what needs to be done. That's a mess. This is the wiring harness that I've been working on. It's the wiring harness for my Haltech E8 that I've been working on for, I don't know, a long time. But I've got this ignition module that I ordered from Haltech. Got it a few days ago, and I think that's the last part that I need to wire up other than the battery relocation. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit today. When I got the Haltech ignition module, they sent it with a new connector, which is nice. These little pins that you use to make the connector. I assume this is just like a mounting plate. And some instructions right here. So I'll have a hard time messing it up, I hope. One of the big problems with doing wiring over a long period of time is that you get something done and then you pause. And after you pause, you come back to it and you've forgotten everything that you've done. You forgot where you were and you have to constantly reorient yourself. You have to constantly reorient yourself. And it sucks. After looking at my diagram here, and this diagram here looks like I need to wire 3 ECU ignition outputs to my connector, and they are right here. 1, 2, and 3, they go in pins 3, 4, and 5. Well, one problem is my drift wagon ran off a distributor. So I only have one of those wired up currently. All ready to go into this plug. I'm using shielded wires close to the ECU because I have all these other wires right here and I don't want them to get any like interference or anything like that. I already have one signal wire coming out that's shielded, so I figured I might as well use shielded on the other ones. Thankfully, I kept all the wiring from the old harness that came out of the Rx7, so I have like this big wad of stuff here. I've been using quite a bit of it. It's come in quite handy. Let's see. This part is super fun. Trying to get this tiny wires into these tiny pins. Dang, that worked out real good. That looks super good. Whoa. They only gave me 7 of these. That worries me because there are only 7 pins on this ignition module. So that means that I have to wire this connector perfectly the first time. I'm not like a wiring genius or anything. Not that I necessarily need to be to wire this connector, but I'm nervous regardless. So I've got these wires labeled, the coil wires. I'm having trouble figuring out where I'm going to put these coils. It's funny because they were in here before, and I've taken a considerable amount of stuff out, and you would think they would be easier to fit into here now, but I still can't find a spot. I think originally they were on top of the engine, under the intake manifold, but the intake manifold on the NA motor was different. So I don't know. I'm just gonna have to figure out a place to put these because my spark plug wires are pretty short. And yes, I can always go with a longer spark plug wire, but I just don't want to. So maybe I'll just try to, I don't know, wedge them up under there or something. I got the coils in there under the intake manifold, but it doesn't look very good right there, and it doesn't fit very well. I think what I'm going to try to do is probably take them out and mount them individually, probably around this strut tower right here, or back in this hole right here, so I can run the spark plug wires just straight over. So I took a break from working on the Rx7. I was on the Facebook Marketplace last night, and I saw a Turbo 2 transmission for 250 bucks. I've been searching on eBay, and I've only found them for $800 or $900, so this is quite a deal. If it's a good transmission, and I'm about to check and see if it is, I'm gonna buy it, take it home. Well, here it is. Transmission procured. He threw in this drive shaft. It's a turbo drive shaft. I haven't done the research to know if I need a turbo drive shaft to be able to run this. I know that I can't run the NA drive shaft with the NA differential. It won't fit up. I was thinking about just going with a custom like one piece, but if I can somehow make this work, I'll do that. So I'm back home from Tucson. I officially have too many wheels. I even have lawnmower wheels and tires out here. It's ridiculous. Anyways, hello Rx7. I'm back from Tucson. Here's my new transmission, my T2. If y'all watch some of the other videos, you might know that my Rx7, although it has a pretty significantly modified engine, it still has the NA transmission in it. I really didn't want to take it to get it tuned with the NA transmission for fear that it would blow up and then not have a spare. But now I can swap this one in, and if worse comes to worse, I can use this FD transmission, and I think, if I read right, I can exchange just the tailpiece of the transmissions, and it should fit right in. There will be a video where I take the tailpieces of each of these transmissions and make sure that they fit the main body of the transmissions to see if, you know, the FD and the T2 trans are indeed interchangeable if you just swap the tailpiece. I'll have a video on that because I'm curious myself. Everybody says that the FD tailpiece from like here to here is too long, and it doesn't come up in the shifter hole of the FC. So you got to have this from here to here. But this thing seems to shift pretty good. Input shaft doesn't seem shaky or anything. It just turns like it's supposed to. I'm wondering if these cobwebs are all factory. Hopefully the next video that you guys see will be me firing this thing up. Later.